What's up everyone, Brian Zane here with my review of WWE 2K16 for the PlayStation 4. I only had a few hours to play the game before making this video. I didn't have time to go through universe mode or much of my career, but I think I got a good grasp on everything the game has to offer. Full disclosure, the last wrestling game I played was WWE 13. I didn't get 14 because I heard it was barely any different from 13, and I didn't get 2K15 because it was somehow even worse than that. Let's talk about the game, starting with the gameplay. As someone who's rusty at WWE games, there is a bit of a learning curve here. The speed of the matches are realistic now, and nobody's zipping around the ring like how it used to be. Reversals are just as tricky as they've ever been under the current format, but I felt myself getting better with the timing as things progressed. There's a huge sense of satisfaction when you pop off a couple of reversals in a row. It's really hard to have squash matches in this game. The momentum swings in these matches can make things really exciting. I spent 5 minutes stomping the hell out of Sami Zayn before he suddenly came back and pushed me to the limit. I enjoyed the chain wrestling minigame, but being the attacker in the submission minigame sucks. My favorite new feature is the breakout, where you can interrupt a wrestler during their entrance. It's not something I would do every time, but it's a fun option that can add to the intrigue and drama of a match. One of the strongest points of WWE games for the last several years has been the presentation, and this game continues that tradition. The camera angles used during big spots and dramatic kickouts really help recreate the drama of a big WWE fight. The entrances all look amazing, but sometimes the wrestlers themselves, well, don't. Geez, Lesnar looks like he got stung by 1,000 bees. The transitions between entrances can be pretty jarring as well, with the random cutaways to the pantomiming announce team. Speaking of which, the announcing still sucks. I'll be amazed if that ever improves. The graphics in this game are slick and great to look at in the current gen consoles, yet despite this, it looks like the developers still haven't escaped those pesky glitches. Look at this cutscene from the showcase mode. It's a cutscene, I'm not doing anything here. How could it glitch? Speaking of which, I didn't get too far into the showcase, but it reminded me a lot of what they did with the Attitude Era in WWE 13, going through historic moments in wrestling while accomplishing objectives. That can be a little tricky, especially if you don't know how to do certain moves, but you can always look at the controls. Oh, son of a bitch, who has time to look that up online? I only played online mode for a brief time, but I was surprised to see how well it worked, especially on launch day. It didn't take much time at all to find opponents, and I didn't notice any lag. I even won my first match! Okay, well, it was only because the other guy didn't press X at the right time, but I'm still counting it. Let's talk for a bit about creation modes. I only had enough time to zip through the create a wrestler mode and the create an entrance mode, but if I had more time I could have gotten lost in all the options available, and I hadn't even looked at creating movesets, belts, or arenas. For those who are upset about the creation modes being stripped down in 2K15, you'll be happy to know they're back in a big way. I can't wait to sink my teeth further into these modes. I plan on spending a lot more time with this game in the weeks to come. It looks to me like there's enough here to keep me busy for at least that long. This game captures the look and feel of today's WWE, boasts a massive roster and a vast creation suite. The combat's not perfect, but it's not awful either, and the commentary and the in-game soundtrack are both terribly grating. All told, I'm giving WWE 2K16 a B- grade. I think any wrestling fan will have a fun time with this game, but while it's made a lot of improvements from past versions, it's not quite perfect yet. I want to thank Screenwave Media for hooking me up with the Elgato Game Capture HD60 for this review. It's going to help me talk about more wrestling games in the future. If you've played 2K16, let me know what you think of it so far in the comments section. Be sure to thumbs up this video, subscribe to Wrestling with Regret, and buy the t-shirts at ProWrestlingTees.com. I'm Brian Zane, and I'll see you next time.